my name is Yusef, and welcome to part 41 of the American show. Now let's begin. So she was still sitting in the chair in the dark in the office when a door opened, and it's the temporary boss who is Elva Queen's wife, and her daughter who is her temporary co-host of the American show. And she gets up from her chair and greets them. She says, "Hi, my name is Amy Go," and she says, "Well, the new temporary co-host says, oh, my name is Susan, yeah, Susan, Susan, actually." And so they talk for a while. She says, how long have you been sitting in the office waiting for us? And Amy go checks her watch, and then Amy go checks her watch and says, about ever since I got from the well, ever since I got from the hospital to here, she says. And Susan says, the hospital? Yeah, my friend got injured. And then her mom says, oh yeah, how's he doing? She asked um she asked Miss Amy Go, of course. And she says, well, he's doing okay. He's still kinda injured, but he but he'll get along eventually. And then Susan says, well, me too, I hope it gets better also. And she thought that was a little bit weird. And then she says, okay, you don't even know him, to herself. And that's a little bit suspicious, to herself again. And then Susan says, um, what are we doing here in the office? Shouldn't we get to know each other a little bit better? I know a great burger place, she says. And her mom says, that's an excellent idea, Suze. Um, do you have a car? And she says, of course you do. Of course you do. And so they got out of the office and they got in her car and they drove to the burger place. And she was driving. She was trying to get to know Susan, and she was trying to get to know more about her new temporary boss, of course. And she was like, so how long have you been married to Alpha Queen? And she says, well, I've been married to him for about a couple of years. We've been friends ever since, well, law school. And the transitioning started. He hated that so much. But his father told him that he should. And so that's what he did. And he quit when his father died. After his father died. Way after his father died. She says he was crying for months after that. He thought to himself, maybe this is irrational, but then I told him that no, it's not. It's not rational to get into the show business. It's not rational at all. And so they they did, and that's how the African Never Go began, really. And she says that's a great story. And then after that, they talk some more, and she says, "Well, how old are you, Susan?" And she says, "Well, I'm 26." And and Susan says, well, how old are you? Well, I'm 27. And, well, and then feeling, so because she felt left out, the new temporary boss says, well, I'm 54. That was just a lie. She was 38, of course. Anyway, so they kept driving, and they finally go to the burger shop. Well, the burger restaurant. They look for the table. They of course, they so they look for the table. Of course, they sit down and they talk some more about their lives. And in the midst of them talking, Susan Queen says, "You know, I I love this very much." And then Miss Amy Gold says, What?" She says. She asks, and she says, "This, all of this, all three of us talking. I love this very much." And she's about to cry a little bit, but she contains herself for the booger and her lunch. And so so they finally get the order, and they finally eat the burgers, and then they were like having a great time, laughing, getting to know each other a little bit better. And she got to know a lot, and she was really, really, really looking forward to working with her. Like, really looking forward to it. And so, they left the burger restaurant after they ate their burgers and all that stuff. And they said, "Well, I am having a great time. Um, I am, mm, I had the best time with you guys." Uh, Miss Amy goes, well, Amy Gold says. And then Susan and her mom says, "Me too. I had the best time with you also. I can't wait to work with you and get to know more about your comedy skills." Um, Susan Queen says. And then after that, they were like, really, and then they were laughing as they were driving to their prospective houses. Well, houses, rather. And then, and so they were like, and so, uh, and so Susan was dropped off at her mom's house because she was staying with her and her father for the week, of course. And and Amy Gold was going home that day, well, that night. And so she dropped them off at their place of residence. And then she went home and she was driving and she was thinking about their lunch. She was thinking about her lunch, but she made sure to go back to the hospital. And so that's what she did. She went back to the hospital and then she says, and then she went back to the hospital and she went to Patrick's room. She went to Patrick's room and they just hung out for a little bit. She says, "I have just met the perfect temporary co-host for the American show. It's Alpha Queen's daughter, if you can believe it. Isn't that funny?" And Patrick is like, "Yeah, huh. Well, I hope she'll be good. I can't wait to see the show." And she was like, "Me too. Me either. And me too." And they were like, "I hope it's good. Well, he says, I hope it's good because if it's not, then it's going down the toilet. And they laughed and laughed. Patrick says, I'm serious about that, man. I'm serious. And they laugh some more. She says, yeah, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. She said, she said, and Patrick said, well, I'll see you tomorrow, man. I hope you'll be there at the hospital before you have to do it, before you have to go to work. And then Amy Gold says, well, me too. I can't wait to see you, man. And and so she left the hospital and she went to her car and she drove off. She got home, she went to bed, and that was it. To be continued. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Comment down below what do you like about the video or hate about the video. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.